The whole emphasis, focus on this particular retreat is a little bit different from ones that Eve has kind of been exposed to some of my teaching technique in the past. What we're going to do on this weekend is we're going to start out with Kevin and I presenting for you a sequence, and you guys are going to learn it. And you have instruments, and I'm going to play my instrument to demonstrate. This kind of gives a focus on one person who uses both their arms and their legs, and the other person who is only using their legs to create the shape while they're occupied doing something else with their arms. So gives you a little bit of a break for the wrists. This is something that I talk to a lot of my students, in particular women who are holding a handstand, holding downward dog, holding any of these arm balances for extended periods of time, especially when you're bearing the weight of another person as a challenge. So this gives you a break. That being said, we can all switch roles too. So you don't have to learn the sequence, one person doing this role, one person doing the Kevin role or the Karen role. You can definitely switch, or you can switch midstream. But that's what we're going to be doing. That's the goal for this. bodies. In the AcroYoga practice, the flyer helps the base down, and you start your counterbalance practice right here. We're really leaning against each other right there, so he's not having to work a whole lot into his squat, and we're making it easier for both of us. Now, for those of you who are flying, if you don't feel comfortable going up while you're playing your viola, you can reach back and just feel for the ankles of your base. And you sit into your chair. So that's chair pose, right? When he moves his feet, this becomes...
It's like 3 points of contact.
Goddess pose. So coming out, I keep one foot locked and one foot comes out. We're going to be playing with an instrument. Keep in mind that even if it's a very light travel guitar, it's going to pull your weight forward. The key element here is the flyer has to put the hips forward, back bend. And the bass can play with the foot placement. I can be flexed, which brings his head towards me, or I can point, which takes his body up, and he's having to work with his hands more when he does that. You're going to bring your foot into the groin and really bring your toe right into their pelvic bone. So I'm pointing straight into his center of his spine. So I'm wrapping my foot down and in. So that's one grip. Send your weight, your direction, your spine is going straight into his spine. So you're making this direction. When you're going up from here, you're going to think, I don't want to bump his head, I'm going to go around this way, my leg is supposed to go up and over there. But if you veer off of this trajectory from here, you won't get up.
The hips need to go up and towards me.
And from here, now my foot behind him, my foot is hooking like that. So I'm holding him behind his at his back with my foot. My toes are digging in towards the center of his spine. Don't just go up and then be relaxed. The the foot toe is wrapping very actively so that you're not moving. And I'm squeezing them with my thighs like crazy.
Bone out of the way.
Sorry.
Pressure down onto the leg.
So bird pose, essentially you don't need the hands. And obviously I don't use them when I'm using the instrument, right? So getting into it, that's how you can get into it. And then transition hands back. It's a back bend again, use your core.
And I'm steering with my feet, just as she was steering with
So
hers.
show them what it looks like with the flex, and that's the point. It helps me stay upright easier. And I wanted to say in this pose also, we talk in a proper yoga practice, engaging your bandhas, breathing into the upper chambers of your lungs. So you keep your tummy flat. You're not belly breathing, you're lung breathing. Chest is moving. Notice his feet are right here.
I find her hip bones, and that's what I want on my instep.
And so his upper parts of his, and again, everybody with, somebody with smaller feet in proportion to the torso they're working with, it's going to be different. But in general, you're going to be somewhere close to their lower abs. And when you're near the tummy area, if you're belly breathing, all this movement is going to, like Kevin was saying a moment ago, flyers moving around and now the base has to chase them. So you want to be solid and you're breathing into your chest, not into your tummy. So keep that in mind in general throughout the practice. It's going to help a lot.
Yeah.
So we come out of that and then we take a nice bow together, a nice forward fold, starting with the back bend. And again, just calibrating, like when we started this whole sequence, we calibrate together and we end together, calibrating. And say thank you to your partner. Thank you to your partner.
Thank you to your partner.